Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pop Art Hunter channel. Today we're going to be looking at some McFarlane toys from circa 2000, 99, 2000, somewhere in that general vicinity of the early year. And again, this is one of those things that you're either going to love me or you're going to hate me, but we're looking at Austin Powers. We have quite a few, or I have quite a few 9-inch Austin Powers pull string toys, and these are my favorite figures that were made from the McFarlane series. I don't know if I still have, because I was trying to sell them at one point. So whether you're watching this video and I still have them, or whether you're watching it and they have already sold, who cares? But I had, the Series 1, Series 2, a lot of the extra little bits and pieces. But these are just a really high quality piece in my opinion, kind of, except for one of them. But we'll talk about that. So let's go ahead and look at all of the figures from this 9-inch series. Let's get started. All right, so these are the 9-inch figures from Austin Powers Series 2 of McFarlane Toys. Now, there is a Mezco line and some people consider it Series 3. It's really Series 1 of the Mezco line, but it's for the third movie, and some people just, unofficially Series 3. So this is from Series 2, and it was the special edition figures. They're 9 inches tall, and I have some open versions I'm going to show you, but then also the different boxes. So I have two of the Fat Man, which we dare not speak his real name. In the Austin Powers Series 1 figures, they had two different types of cards. You had Austin Powers in the upper left, and he was either in a blue suit or a red suit. The blue suit was the first wave of figures, the red suit was the second wave. And in the second wave of figures, they actually had some that were named Fat Bastard, and then others that were named Fat Man. And the blue ones are all Fat Bastard. And because that name could be offensive, they ended up changing it, but only for the second series and only for part of that. So I actually have all three of the figures, the blue, and then the red of both versions of them. And so, that's why I know a little bit more about them. But these actually, they're all Fat Man, and there's a couple different things. I'll open up this one so you can see it. So there's three different figures. There's Dr. Evil, Austin Powers, and Fat Man. And then there's three different voice chips for Dr. Evil, two for Fat Man, and then one for Austin. And the Fat Man figure, I have both of them. Dr. Evil, I'm missing sound chip A, and I probably have it somewhere, or it might be the one that's open, or I might have sold it since then. These are decades old figures, so it's kind of a blast from the past here. Yeah, so anyway, I've got two of these, and then the one Austin one. And the thing about these figures, and let me just get some of them out of the way here, is that, I like the box design. I like the fact that it has this open thing. You have the plastic you can see through. There's a base that's included, which offhand I don't have the bases for the loose ones, so you won't really get to see how it stands up. But the packaging is really psychedelic and cool. And then here's the Series 2 figures that were there. There was one more special edition box set that was Dr. Evil and Mini-Me on the little rover there, if you want to call it that. And then also have some 18-inch figures. I've got those as well. I got the whole Austin Power set pretty much, but looking to get rid of them. So if you like those, let me know. So so each of them had this sort of a flat case to them, and then it indicates which sound chip that you get from it. So again, this one's B. I also have C, and then I'm missing the chip A, which is about summers in Rangoon and making meat helmets, which is his little speech in the therapist's office, which I believe that is the mom from the Brady Bunch. What's her name? And it's gone. F, and I'm lost. But I think it's her. I think she made a cameo in that film. So we're going to look at all three figures. I have the loose ones. We'll get a little bit more of a close-up. And so these are roughly 9 inches tall. They're semi-mobile. Austin's moves on the legs here, so you can turn things around all the way. His feet position slightly. This one not as much, because I believe this is the one that goes into the peg hole. So you're meant to kind of display them. You'll notice each of them have a loop on the back here. So this is actually a pull string that you can pull to then make it talk to activate the voice. None of them are activatable. I don't think so, unless something proves me.
And when Dr. Evil gets angry, Mr. Bigglesworth gets upset. And when Mr. Bigglesworth gets upset, people die!
Wow, look at that. After, what, 21 years? It still works. The other one, I actually, the Fat Man figure, I actually took the batteries out because I wanted to show you the type of batteries and why they didn't work and how it's been so long. So Austin and Fat Man don't work, but Dr. Evil actually works. Oh, you can't stop it. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. He can just play in the background. So here's the thing. I like the Fat Man. I like the Fat Man figure, and I like the Dr. Evil figure. They are very, I think, screen accurate. They're very detailed. And again, this is 20 years ago. These are the Hot Toys, the Real Toys line that are so well done. This is 20 years ago. McFarlane was doing such great work back then. So that figure is great. Fat Man, the same way. He's just, I mean, the look of him and the girth of him and the little wrinkles in the shirt and everything is just so well done. Look at those knees. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What a thing here. I mean, you get the folds and everything. Now, this figure is actually, I weighed it without the batteries and it was like almost 1 pound, 6 ounces. It's going on 1.5 pounds. That's a lot of plastic here. Then we have Austin. And I don't like this figure. I just don't like it. I don't think it's very good. I mean, it has a general look about Austin, but he looks deranged a little bit. Like, I think they went a little over and above on the paint job on the teeth. His glasses are kind of fogged, and he just has a weird look about him. I don't think the mold of the figure itself is bad, but the head just doesn't do it for me. So I was never a huge fan of this, so I was really glad they only made one voice chip of this, so I only ever had to buy one figure, and then obviously the loose one here. Dr. Evil, though, is spot on, and Fat Man is really good as well, but Dr. Evil is really good. Now, again, different motion that you can do here with the arms, you can turn the hands, and then also Mr. Bigglesworth is separate that you can take out and use as you wish. So it's these figures are just cool. This brings me back to, that year. I remember going to the store and getting the original Austin Powers figures. I remember searching online and finding these on auction sites and just being so thrilled to get them because I was such a big fan of the movie. Like it or hate it. Some people think it's the worst movie ever made. I think it's funny, and at least it gives me nostalgia. So pretty cool figures. I know it's kind of a blast from the past, couple decade old toys here, but I found them in the old box, and I thought, gonna bring them out, gonna show everybody. So that's the Austin Powers figures, Series 2 McFarlane Toys, Special Editions. At the time, McFarlane was the best. You could not get more accurate than McFarlane Toys. They did such a good job with the sculpts and the molds and the attention to details. And if you look at Series 1 or 2 for McFarlane Toys, and then Mezco, I was going to say Mezits, but those are the little types of figure. Mezco did the Series 3, the Austin Powers and Gold member figures, and they were terrible. They were not very good looking at all. So the quality difference between the McFarlane Toys and any other company was just night and day. Now you have Hot Toys and some of these other sculpting companies, and they are doing this like photorealistic looking stuff. But I think the McFarlane figures still hold up, considering that they are 20 years old. I mean, they are still pretty good. The movie Maniac series, some of those figures, the T-1000 from Terminator, T-1000, right? That's the liquid metal guy. They have a figure where he's like exploded and there's metal. It is so cool. It was so cool. And those figures were just, they were delicious. It was unfortunate. I moved and ended up needing more space. And, I had that collection for 20 years. So I ended up selling all of those Movie Maniacs figures and Twisted figures and all those types of things. Still have the Austin Powers one, not as coveted, a specific movie. So if you don't like that specifically, you might not sell them as easily. So I still have those to get rid of. But however, these are some cool figures, even down to the retro style of the pull string is just really cool. I think that was a nice little touch. And overall, I think these figures are really neat. Blast from the past. If you don't like Austin Powers, move on to another video. But thanks for watching the Pop Art Hunter channel. Hopefully you enjoyed these figures, this video. If you didn't like the other videos, watch the other videos, subscribe to the channel, being part of the community, comment, and engage with us. And we will see you next time right here on the Pop Art Hunter channel.